नमस्ते दर्शकों। मैं हूं विभूति झा। ये है जयपुर डायलॉग यूएसए। वेलकम टू द शो। प्लीज लाइक, सब्सक्राइब and support our channel. Give your feedback. Wanted to also say to you that I apologize for not being very regular in the last month or so. And there are a lot of good reasons for that, because there are a lot of good things happening in life. So that took my time. And, now that I'm able to figure out things, I'm returning back to you. Okay. So let's today restart. Not that I ever stopped, but I wanted to talk to you about this guy called Tahavvur Rana, whose extradition has happened from United States to India. He's already in India now. He was in America in American custody for 17 years after that horrific 26/11 that happened in year 2008. That story is personal to me. I have never shared that story with you before, but this is a moment I want to let you know and I want to share with you that it was pure a chance factor that I did not stay in my usual hotel whenever I went to India. That was the Oberoi. Every time I went to India, even from my American Express days, we had a corporate relationship with Oberoi Hotel, and we always used their premises for our travel purposes. So Oberoi Hotel, the Trident, these were all places where I have stayed throughout whenever I went to India. It was virtually known that Vibhuti is in India, in Bombay, then he must be at the Oberoi. 26/11, I was in India. And that was the time, by a quirky chance factor, I didn't stay in Oberoi Hotel. At night, when I was returning, and I was going to have dinner with a few friends at the Kandahar restaurant in Oberoi, which I cancelled. We decided not to have dinner, three, four friends of ours, and we left the hotel at 8:30. I was on my way back to the other place of my stay when I got a call from my brother Sanjay Jha, who you know. He called me and said, Bhaiya, do not open the hotel door room, keep it shut, switch on the TV. And I'm asking him, what's happening? This is actual conversation. He, as everybody else, thought I was staying at the Oberoi. So when he told me what was happening, he only said, don't open the door regardless of whatever the provocation may be. And I told him that I'm not staying at Oberoi, I'm staying elsewhere. He heaved a sigh of relief, and I smiled at my own good fortune. But that was very, very close, as close as it gets. I'm not saying that it's a dramatic event and I ran from one place to another, and I'm not trying to be hero. I'm just still talking about a chance factor that I was not at that spot. I had virtually left a couple of minutes early before the attack began. So this entire 26/11, we watched on TV all through. We know what happened. We also know that how the Congress party played it as the saffron terror, thanks to that police officer who caught Ajmal Kasab, and let him, live, and he was caught live. Everything that was going on, he was captured live. And rest is history. Congress party called it a saffron terror. Think about it. Kasab was wearing this so that the whole thing could be camouflaged. Now, what my point here is, Tahavvur Rana, even Secretary of State Marco Rubio made a statement that we have extradited him for the horrific acts of 2008, and that justice will now play a role. My thought runs in a different way today. And my thought is that Tahavvur Rana is mocking our freedoms that prevails in America and India and other democracies of the world, our freedoms and our rule of laws. That is something that we have to begin to understand how to deal with that. Whatever the basis, whatever the politics, whatever the rules, whatever the bureaucracy, that everything put together, this is a classic example in which you can say justice delayed is justice denied. Forget about 6 American lives lost. Forget about the Jewish lives lost. Forget about the Indian lives lost. Police officers dead, and a brazen attack made. India did nothing against it. And I was thinking, had it happened in America, which happened, 9/11 happened in America, and America did do a severe, strong military action against the attackers. Why did India not take any action? Not even after Parliament attack on India. Why was the government at that time so hesitant to take any action against the Islamic terrorism that happened right across the border, from across the border? Now, Tahabur Rana is a Pakistani origin man, a Canadian, an army officer, and we now know his history, how he recruited, what he did, and how he landed, how he was caught, that he told Headley that India deserved this. Think about it. That one man is openly proclaiming that Indians deserve this. All right? Now you will get what you deserve. But my concern is different. The wheels of justice and the rules of law will be talked about in the court of law. And this will be a spectacle in the media, in the global media. And I think everybody will be trying to cover this because India also offers a circus of its own variety. India has opened the doors of justice at 3 a.m. for certain because of the pressures of certain groups of people. And that's what I am finding. That the criminals and thugs, rapists and murderers take advantage of the compassion of the society and the rule of law. That is important to bear in mind. Everybody says we are a rule of law. We are a country, we are a democracy. We cherish freedoms. We cherish our rule of law. But what about those who don't give a damn to our freedoms, our rule of laws, or our way of life? What about them? Are they also eligible to receive the largesses and the benefits of our rule of law and freedoms? It's a question. That question that needs to be addressed. Many a times, this is what I find is happening. If you remember, because I followed this case very closely, Indian government gave every single evidence to Pakistani government in supposedly joint collaboration and joint investigation, which India had refused at that time. And what they did was they kept asking for more evidence. Whatever India gave, it was not enough. All right? What is important for us to bear in mind is those who are committing the crime, they will abuse the rule of laws. It's so very simple. If you don't get it, drill another hole in the head to understand that. Sometimes I feel, and it's a very strong feeling, that the criminals, rapists, communists, thugs, Islamists, and everybody else uses freedom and the rule of law as a lubricant to perpetuate their evil act. All of these groups of people I mentioned to you, they use the freedom as the lubricant to further their own tiny evil goal. And if we are not ready to face that, If we treat them as a normal group of people, that's where the rule doesn't apply or fit there. Because ostensibly, even Tahawwur Rana and Ajmal Kasab, who was let me begin with Ajmal Kasab first. He was caught on the video doing the killings. But the rule of law necessitated a trial, which took 3.5 years to convict him. And when he was to be hanged, then the appeal was he was mentally not okay. He was swayed by the masterminds in Pakistan. This was a poor guy. He couldn't have done it. And then those people have a kind of a remorse after killing the people. Then they have, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Now, do they need forgiveness? It's a question. I'm asking a question to you. You tell me, do they deserve the considerations that are meant for normal living lives? This is important. So you are looking at Rana. He is now extradited to India. Now the trial will begin. So if Ajmal Kasab's trial took 3.5 years to convict, how long do you think Tahawwur Rana's trial will go? Think about it. Because he's alleged mastermind. Compare him with Osama bin Laden. Could Osama bin Laden, if he had been brought back to America for trial, could he have been tried according to the American law for having perpetrated the 9/11 entire thing? Though he was the mastermind, maybe the master motivator, maybe the master instigator, maybe the master planner. But in the US laws, there would have been an iota of doubt. There would have been a doubt that he didn't do it. He was exercising his freedom of speech. Dissent is the freedom of speech. Disagreement is a freedom of speech. Burning the flag is freedom of speech. Threatening somebody with death is a freedom of speech. The freedom of speech is applied differently in different countries. India, you cannot burn the flag. In the United States, burning the flag is okay. It's part of freedom of speech. So has time come to take stock of what freedom is there? Who is it meant for? It is not meant for a kupatra. You know the meaning of the word kupatra. Undeserving. That's a little near about translation of that word from kupatra to undeserving. That's the point, or the evil plot that also comes into play. So my point here today to tell you is Rana's trial would be something like, you already are seeing it happening here. That Congress party is talking about giving him a fair trial. The guy who talked about Desh Tere Tukde Honge, when he was asked the question, he was talking about mocking Amit Shah ji. That's the point. When the freedom is abused, then it is not it's denied to others who subscribe to that point of view. So it is very critical for us to kind of configure how do we deal with that, And as the saying goes, I always say this part, and I say this with pride and I say this with anger, both of them. I just now tweeted a few minutes ago before I started this conversation, and I said, that tweet is not visible right now. But what I said to people was that your freedom, in the West, it is kind of described at times. Oh, your freedom fighter, your terrorist is a freedom fighter for somebody else. Tahawwur Rana was not fighting a freedom battle. So I'm saying your terrorist is not my freedom fighter. Your rapist is not exercising a sexual preference or a love for somebody. Your terrorists are not, the Islamist is not encouraging entrepreneurship, or a communist is not encouraging entrepreneurship. We have to begin to deal with this situation in a different way. Congress party, will definitely. Rahul Gandhi has not yet made any comment as yet on Tahavur Rana's return, but he's mocking Modi for lying about Modi for not hugging Donald Trump in the last visit, where the picture evidence are all there. So you can see that people like Digvijay Singh, people like Rahul Gandhi and the chamchas and the various Congress lackeys will begin to sing the tune of freedom and liberties and rule of law. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to keep it short because this matter is personal in my own life. It's personal for many more reasons than one. Because in 9/11, soon after 9/11 had happened, this is another incident that I have not shared with you before. A Pakistani friend of mine had told me, and I will quote his words verbatim. Those who know me, they have known this before. Jah Sahab, this is the beginning of our big fight. We will take advantage of every single thing you guys are proud of your freedom and various laws. We will mock your laws. We will abuse your freedom. We will kill your people. How many Marines are you going to send to protect a John Doe? Remember this, it's very important. He also added, our people who will kill and your guys will fight our cases for free. But that's your rule of law. Something like this happened in Texas. May have heard about the Epic City project that was going on. When a noise took place about that, the Pakistani guy who was talking about defending it, he made two very interesting points. He said, we are doing everything according to your laws and the freedoms. And if you deny us our right to live the way we want, that means you want to treat us as second class citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, victimhood and also blaming. You will be responsible. But they were not going to tell you that in the community that they were building, American laws would not apply there because it will be their law. So I want to end here with this invocation to all of you, to all the viewers and all the listeners. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Share this thought with others. Do we need to revisit our practices? If we do not want to revisit, if we champion our freedom and rule of laws, which is fantastic, who is it meant for? Who is it not meant for? It's something very simple. I read a news today that Pakistan, removed or expelled 11,000 Afghanis who were living illegally in Pakistan. And my thought came about, that's great. But India must not send any Rohingyas or illegals from its soil because it's a democracy. We are a rule of law. That's what is important. That's what I'm saying. This Rana fellow will have a movie making kind of a spectacle in his trial. He will enjoy it, I can tell you that. The government will be embarrassed as the things go on. I hope this trial is held in captivity, not in public, and it must be done like a court martial with speed. Not cannot go on forever. Thank you very much for watching today. Thank you very much for joining me again. Satyameva Jayate. Truth must triumph, and for truth to triumph, we got to fight for it. Thank you.